We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Mayfield on play action. Going deep here for Landry. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, that QB's traps. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Hey, alert 33. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
On second and 7, Mayfield. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Let's bring it. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Mike 22, he's coming. Alert, 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 alert. Let's go. I got you.
On third down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Hit it. 53, check 53. Right here, right here.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on the...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And now this throw complete to Washington. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's see what you got. Rock it.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. A gain of 3, second down.
Young Trent is here, baby. Young Trent is here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. Here's Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9.
King. 9-14.
Mayfield. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Go now. 90 volt. Check 53. Protein spill. Watch his flat. Check 52. Hey, box drop. 53. Mike. We own this.
On first and 10, Daniels. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Now Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's third and 1. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to let this go for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go. 60 all. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, baby. New turnover. Get that ball. Get that ball. Shoot. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check nickel. Hit it.
On 1st down, Grant. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch the screen. Showing up. Leo. Snap.
From the gun, Daniels. Washington's got it. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's go.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
25. Go out.
On 1st down, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking to throw. Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Alpha. Watch the run. Hey, 25. Shoot.
Off the play fake. Daniels. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
At the 16-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You got nothing. Run. 14, Mike, 14. Here we go, D. Hey,
To throw, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
It's caught by OBJ. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Play fake. Mayfield under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a third and long now after the sack. Third and long for Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's now fourth down.
Here's Seibert for the Browns field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
You go touch.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A gain of 7 yards.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Here we go, kid. Here I come. Here I come. Switch hard. Hard.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Throwing on 1st down, Daniels. Complete to Washington. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mayfield down. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
Watch the pass.
At the 48-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Got an open man. It's Washington. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Rock it. Alert 3. Hey, wahoo! Ready?
2nd and 3. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he didn't make it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
That's going to be caught. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
This is Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And the return will stop right around the 25. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
180! Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pick it up. Check 9.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Look at the throw. Daniels. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Off play action. Daniels going top shelf and that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out what